This space needed more storage, so I built a custom wall-hung bathroom cabinet for my mom's small ensuite bathroom. The cabinet cost about $20 to build. I got an Ikea cabinet door and used the dimensions of the door to measure the lengths of my 3/4 by 4-inch MDF boards for framing. I used scrap laminate flooring boards for the 2 shelves and solid wood backing boards for support and wall installation. And for that step, I had a super helpful assistant, the Walabot DIY 2M, a high-tech device which sees what's inside the wall using medical-grade technology to tell you exactly where to and where not to drill. Let's move on with the build. I used the Craig pocket hole jig to drill 2 pocket holes in each end of each board. I ensured that none of the pocket holes were going to be visible in the end by placing them on the top, bottom, and back of the cabinet. I used the skirt stop on my drill, a handy cabinet jig to drill a series of shelf plug holes, and I asked my kids to 3D print some shelf plugs, which they were very excited to help with. I have 4 kids, a full-time science career, and about 3 minutes a week for my love to create. Naturally, mistakes happen regularly. In fact, if nothing goes wrong, I start to get suspicious. Lucky for you, I do not edit out these mistakes in my videos. Eventually, after enough head scratching and questionable decisions, it all comes together. And when I'm not doing that, I'm wandering in the backcountry for some hiking, paddling, camping, or skiing, because it is just too beautiful out there in the great outdoors. And yes, that's me upside down on a paddleboard. At this point, I realized I had made a mistake when using the Craig pocket hole jig to drill every single one of my pocket holes. To fix this, I added extra pocket holes wherever possible and adjusted the material depth on the Craig jig to include the thickness of the second board, since the 2 boards were already attached together. For the correctly drilled pocket holes, I used 1¼ inch pocket hole screws meant for 3/4 inch softwood, since all the boards I used were softwood and MDF. As you can see, there are a few too many pocket holes. I had to drill 1 to 2 new pocket holes around each joint to ensure proper support. The next step was to lightly sand off any splinters with a 180 grit sandpaper wrapped around the sanding pad. And fill in the holes and joint gaps with drywall compound. Again, all these pocket holes will be out of sight after the cabinet is installed. And of course, I noticed that I only drilled shelf plug holes on one side of the framing boards and had to add more holes on the opposite side, or else the shelves would not be too happy. Luckily, the drill still fit inside the assembled boards. I rectified the edges on scrap 2x4s for some decorative side shelves by cutting off both rounded sides. I attached the decorative shelves to the side of the cabinet using wood glue and 1½ inch wood screws. Give it one last light sanding with 180 grit sandpaper to remove the sharp edges, and then I primed and painted the cabinet with some matte latex paint. That's the Ikea cabinet door, and those are the soft close $4 Ikea hinges. The Ikea door was super easy to install. It came pre-drilled to fit the soft close hinges. First lined up the door with the outside edges of the cabinet, marked the holes for the screws with my drill, and then used a skirt stop to ensure I didn't drill deeper than the screw. The hinges are easy to adjust for depth, height, and width if further alignment is needed. A few more finishing touches with some more drywall compound to remove the wood grain and match the smoothness of the Ikea cabinet door. And now for the moment of truth. Let's see if this thing even fits in the bathroom. I used my laser level to center the cabinet over the toilet and level it vertically and horizontally. It is finally time to put to the test the Walabot DIY 2M. Place the back side against the wall. Open the Walabot DIY app. Turn on the Walabot device. On the bottom, you press and hold it for a couple seconds. The blue light is on. Connecting to the Wi-Fi and to the phone. Now it tells me to calibrate the device. It gives you instructions on how to calibrate. As you've seen earlier in this video, I'm known for making a few too many holes in things. This is so exciting because I finally have a high-tech gadget to see what's inside this wall instead of drilling blindly. And now I'll start the scan to see what's inside the wall. There's my first stud with a pipe or wire adjacent to it. That's outside of where I need to drill. That's not where I want the cabinet, so I continue to scan to find the next stud. There's also a pipe or wire right around where I need to drill through the left side of the cabinet's back boards. I gotta avoid that pipe or wire when drilling. It may be attached to the stud into which I need to drill and screw. The Walabot 2M has two modes, the image mode and the expert mode. The expert mode displays a radar image on the phone screen, and the image mode translates radar info into an image of a stud, pipe, or wire. Both modes label the object on the phone screen. The image mode displays studs as wood-colored columns with the precise location of the center of the stud shown on screen. Similarly, pipes and wires are also labeled and displayed as blue rods. There's the wall stud that I'm gonna drill into, and there's a wire that seems to be attached on the left side of the stud, and it tells me where the stud center is. There's another pipe or wire right here. And now I know I cannot drill along this line. The small block on the radar image indicates something with a low diameter like pipe or wire, and a big block indicates a stud, and it says stud right there. Now I'm looking to see what else is inside my cabinet. There is no stud on the right side. The next stud is where I don't need one. I will be using heavy-duty wall plugs to use the drywall for support. So I want to make sure that there isn't something on the right side of the cabinet which I could damage with the drill or the wall plugs. The Walabot located a pipe or wire right here, so I gotta avoid drilling into this area. And this is where the Walabot located a pipe or wire, so I gotta drill as close as possible to the right side to avoid the pipe or wire. I'm using these 2.5-inch decking screws for the left side where the stud is. And I'm using these heavy-duty wall plugs for the right side where there is no stud. I'm impressed by how easy it is to find studs, pipes, and wires with the Walabot DIY. I definitely did not need to knock on the drywall to listen out for hollow and not so hollow spots like I always used to, despite having a traditional stud finder, which by the way used to indicate studs where there weren't any and only detected wires which were live, whereas Walabot's medical grade radar technology detects both live and non-live wires, metal, PVC, and ABS pipes, and both metal and wood studs. It also shows you which direction they're running in and displays the center of the stud on the screen. Huge thanks to Walabot for sponsoring this build and for giving me peace of mind before drilling into this wall.